Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we open up the phone lines and asking, what were your thoughts on Coming to America 2? Movie came out this past weekend. I seen it. Charlamagne seen it. Yee seen half of it. So we're asking you. Phone lines are wide open. Now, Charlamagne, you didn't love it. I was disappointed.
We saw it like a month ago, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We saw it like a month ago, and I wanted to wait until the movie come out because I didn't want to sway nobody's opinion. And you know, the way I feel stands. Like the movie made me feel good. But it just wasn't a good movie. It wasn't a good movie because it wasn't a great story. Eddie Murphy's movies historically have had great stories with funny people in them. Like if you think about Life, right? Life is really a dark story. Two guys go to jail for life for a murder that they didn't commit. But the funny comes from Martin and Eddie and Bernie Mac and just all of these characters within the story. This one seemed like it aimed for the funny first and it missed the mark. And it didn't have a great story.
Well, we got somebody on the line that called me several times over the weekend that said I was bugging, that they really enjoyed the movie. You know our guy.
Hold
you
on.
might know
the
him from
host
Drink
of the
Champs.
Drink Champs podcast, N-O-R-E. Everybody make some noise!
Oh, man.
Nori.
This is the first time I've ever been disappointed in you, brother. This is the first time. Like, I'm literally disappointed. I'm listening to the disrespect. First off, the story is great. All right? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you, N.O.
Okay. Listen, it's the reverse. The guy goes back to the moon, becomes and he has to go back to Queens. Did you see Leslie Jones' performance? How nobody gonna say how crazy Leslie Jones is? He's the star. Tom Wesley's the star. I don't really like. Let me not say what I didn't like. The only part of the movie that's corny is when Homeboy starts rhyming. When Homeboy starts rhyming, I'm like, I want to delete.
Nori, that's corny. You didn't think the funeral was corny? So the King Joffrey just to die at the funeral?
He dies at the funeral?
Wait a minute, Charlamagne. You mean to tell me you know you're going to die in 3 days? You don't want to see your own funeral?
Sure, but to be in the casket and just turn and look and say, I'm going to die now, son.
What a king, what a king, what a king, what a mighty good king.
I thought he was in a chair. I didn't realize he was in a casket.
He was in a casket.
He was in his casket.
He said, I'm going to die now. And he died standing up.
You're going to your own funeral. That's how rich you are. You know when you're going to die. And you're going to go to your own funeral. That is classic. That is kingly. That is kingly right there. That is kingly things right there.
I think you biased. I think you biased because Queens is in the movie. I think whenever Queens is on the big screen, you got to represent.
Yo, Nori called me, right? Nori told me I got to get high to watch it, right? Then he told me, yo, when I was a kid, I rode my bike when they were taping the first one, and I remember what it was when they taped the first one. This is all the fact that you from Queens, Nori.
I'm not biased because I'm from Queens. If a Queens rapper makes a whack record, I'm going to say the record is whack. I love being from Queens. I lived in Miami for the past 14 years, but I love being from Queens. Love being from New York. That has absolutely nothing to do with good movie and good scripture. I think Eddie Murphy and them was genius. I think that they really, really cater to the audience now because you got to realize people who didn't see the first one is going to like this one. People who see the first one and is in love with it as a classic, they're going to say, oh, okay, well, this is a little bit Hollywood as opposed to the original. But most people who never seen it, they connected that audience to me. And Angela, I'm disappointed in you. How dare you only watch half?
All right, I'm back on it.
It just seems like a parody of the first movie.
It does.
I mean, I get that one, but it's so much of a classic. It's just like they would have always fell a little short because the first one is just that much great. You know what I'm saying? But this one is compared to it, and it's for 2021. I appreciate it. I think Wesley Snipes killed it. I think Leslie Jones. I think she's the star of the movie. I think this is going to separate her from Amy Schumer or whatever. Her performance is just so excellent. And I think everyone played their part. I think everyone actually did it. And for me, as the person that actually got to see when Eddie and them were setting up, I don't know Eddie personally at all, but so I ain't getting paid for this or nothing. But I'm just telling you that this is an excellent movie. I watched it.
All right, I'm sold. I'm sold.
We need to get Eddie. We need to get Eddie on Drink Champs now. Let's get Eddie Murphy on Drink
Eddie,
Champs.
I want to see Eddie, Wesley, or Arsenio on Drink Champs.
Absolutely.
Whoa. I didn't even think like that. See, that's how much of a fan I am. I'm not even thinking like that. I'm thinking eventually y'all to watch it again.
Murray, you stole that so well. I'm
All right,
back
I'm gonna
in-
watch
I'm
it
gonna
again,
watch
N.O.
it. Yes.
Thank you, N.O.
Thank you, N.O.
Make sure y'all check
One
out.
love, man. Good.
Make sure y'all check out the Drink Champs podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. Okay.
All right. 800-585-1051. You just heard Nori. We open up the phone lines. We're talking about Coming to America 2. Noriega, you know him from Drink Champs, CNN, rapper, performing, all that other good stuff. He just called in and was very disappointed in the Breakfast Club.
Listen,
he says he loved it.
Yeah, and listen, I told y'all, the nostalgia made me feel good. I just don't think it was a good movie because, to me, it's just not a great story. They aim for the funny instead of crafting a great story. And I'm a little jaded, too, because I saw a treatment that, Aaron Magruder wrote that Ryan Coogler was going to produce. And they took a lot of the ideas from that treatment and hacked it. So there was potential for a great story there, but I don't feel like they executed it well at all.
All right. Well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is boy Leo, man. What's going on?
What's up, Leo? What you think of Coming to America 2?
Man, I hated it, man. I felt so bad coming up watching that movie, man. I feel like they just rushed it, man. They rushed it. The story wasn't making no sense. And I'll point out one more thing. There's no way that those barbers should have been living longer than the kids. They got to be like 150, man. There's no way, man.
You're right.
I feel like they put that story just out, man.
I thought about that, but I didn't care because it's a fictional fantasy movie, so who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if the barbers are 190 years old, who cares?
That's called that suspension of disbelief. You have to just go with it, with the story.
By the way, the barbers are the funniest part of the movie.
The barbers are funny, though.
That's the funniest part of the movie. That should be its own thing. Like, Eddie and Arsenio should go do that somewhere.
Yeah. That would be a great idea. You got to EP that one now. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Khadijah.
Hey, good morning. What did you think about Coming to America 2?
Oh, I'm so happy I'm on this radio. I think it was a little corny. I'm sorry. It wasn't that corny, but I just saw the son and the girlfriend fall in love too fast. It was like too quick for me. They didn't even know each other. I'm sorry. I mean, it had some funny moments, but I just think the fall in love part was a little corny.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it just felt like a parody of the first one. It's just like, okay, we've seen all of this before. Like, yeah.
Exactly. I was like, okay, like, all right. I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I was like, oh, come on, she just cut your hair. Now y'all want to get married. Like, come on, it was just a little bit too much for me.
But you know what it had me thinking, though? It had me thinking about the first one. How long was that timeline with Akeem and Lisa? I don't know how long they was in Queens.
I'm just saying, but they went on a date. Like, he was chasing after her. He was, like, really, like, working up to get to know her.
True.
So he just moved in the house, and all of a sudden, she cut his hair, now they in love.
True.
Like, it was a little cliche for me. I'm sorry.
That was a hell of a hairdo.
All right. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
You too. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. What did you think about Coming to America 2?
The movie was okay for what it was. I think that a lot of people had high expectations, and I don't know why, because it's a classic. Like, they're not going to set it off again. They're not going to do, like, Scarface Part 2 because it's something that you shouldn't even touch. So people with high expectations, like, be thankful for what you got because it's something that you really can't reenact and do it over. And Eddie Murphy hasn't made great films since the 80s. And like,
well, Dolomite was good.
Dolomite was
great.
Okay.
Dolomite was great.
I didn't even finish it, but that was, a few years ago. But other than that, like, he had, like, kind of focused on a kiddie theme. Like, you can't compare Eddie Murphy now to Eddie Murphy, like, back 80s, 90s. It was a whole different thing. So you're never going to get those. I can think of, like, maybe 2 or 3 movies that may have a part 2 that's good. And it's like Kill Bill 2. But other than that, like, you can't come behind, like, a great film and make a part 2. It's going to be trash. But for what it was good.
Yep. Y'all about to make Eddie Murphy go back into hiding. I'm going to tell you something else I do enjoy. I do enjoy the fact that nobody wants to say anything bad about Coming to America. That's how much respect we have for Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, and just the whole Coming to America franchise. Like, it's almost like a thing amongst each other. Like, you know it's whack, but don't say nothing out loud.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, it's Darren Goldmeyer.
Hey,
Hello, Darren.
Good morning, Darren.
How are you, Darren? What's happening?
Yeah, I think I think, when you take a movie like Friday and Coming to America, it's so iconic. I think that the sequels could never live up to the hype that the first one built. So we kind of got to take it for what it is. I like the movie because it was a fine collection of black stars. So I would watch it again, and I just basically take it for what it is.
Hey, that's another good example, too, because the first Friday had a great story. And when you have a great story, the funny will come when you just have funny people in it. The second Friday didn't necessarily have a great story. To me, it's the same thing with Coming to America. The first Coming to America was a great story. The second Coming to America doesn't have a great story.
You take two other movies like How High and Forrest Gump, I don't want to see a second one of them because those movies were so great also.
Right.
Please don't.
And can I give a shout-out to our First Lady, Nikki? What amazing, powerful voice that's way too big for Fort Myers. She needs a seat at the Breakfast Club.
Who's Nikki?
Our First Lady, Nikki.
Of Fort Myers, you said?
Fort Myers, yes.
Well, that's your mayor? I don't know. What's your mayor?
Is she what?
What is she, the mayor? I don't know what you mean, First Lady.
No, she ain't the mayor. She's the First Lady.
First Lady of what?
Lady of the radio station.
Oh, okay. Salute to Nikki then. Salute to Nikki.
Yes.
What station is it?
Amazing voice.
What station is it?
What?
What station is it?
105 The Beat.
Okay.
All right.
Well, salute to Nikki at 105 The Beat.
Hello, who's this?
Lisa from Jersey.
Hey, Lisa from Jersey.
What's up, Lisa? Lisa
Is this Lisa McDowell?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the movie?
It was trash.
Damn, you didn't have to say trash.
Trash?
It was trash. It was trash. Why was Prince Akeem date raped? They didn't even need the son. They could have focused on the daughter.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's true.
And changed the rules and made it Coming to America, like in some
that would have been
way.
dope.
I agree with that.
That would have been dope.
And also, why was there a Fashion Nova store, bruh?
There was a Fashion Nova store?
Oh, that was a check right there then.
Yeah, that was a check.
Fashion Nova wasn't coming to America?
I didn't see that.
It was a store in Queens.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, that was a check though. I mean, it's nowadays, so I get that. They cut the check.
Last thing, I couldn't even watch Gladys Knight sing the anthem the other day because of Midnight Train to Zamunda. Bruh, stop it.
Midnight Train to Zamunda. The other one, What a King, What a King, What a King, What a Mighty Good King.
All right, well, thank you, Baba.
Yeah.
All right.
It was, I mean, she's right. Like I'm saying, it's nostalgia, so it makes you feel good.
Right.
But the movie is corny. And once again, I saw a treatment that Aaron Magruder wrote that Ryan Coogler was going to produce, and it's like they took a lot of Aaron's good ideas and just hacked them. So there was potential for a great story there, but Coming to America 2 just was not a great story. I would have loved to see, the storyline with him being a girl dad.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
That would have been amazing.
And the girls taking over the kingdom. The girl not wanting to just marry somebody. Which would, and you know what also is weird? Why would they want somebody to marry somebody just because it's tradition when Akeem broke that tradition?
Yep.
That doesn't even make any sense moving forward. Like, you found the love of your life because you were allowed to go find the love of your life.
Yeah, but
so why
Wesley
would you
Snipes
make your
was putting
kids
pressure
do that?
on them. Wesley Snipes was making them happy because they were going to, I guess, attack the other village. I don't know. But Wesley Snipes was putting pressure on them to do it. But anyway.
Well,
next hour, Lunel will be joining us. She's in the movie, but we spoke to her
prior
a couple days ago. So just keep that in mind, all right?
Yes.
All right. Now we got rumors on the way, Yee?
Yes, and again, we are going to talk about somebody who is doing a tell-all about Kanye West. Who could that person be? And also selling the first tweet ever. Right now, you can start that bid at $2.5 million.
Oh, hell no. All right, we'll talk about it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.